Hopefully there's some Hoosiers fans in the audience. Best basketball movie of all time, from my perspective. So if I'm Coach Normandale looking at my 1951-52 varsity team from Hickory, this would be my season analytics. So this first tab here that you're seeing, again, I talk about these bookends, having minutes on the left-hand side for the full season allows us to do plus minus. Having this concept of possessions that allows us to do the offensive ratings, the defensive ratings, the rebound percentage here as well. Adding in effective field goal percentage, true
Yeah,
shooting
is
percentage.
possessions hard for AI to do? I would think it'd be pretty easy, right? When the ball changes.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
they're in the majority of it's easy. There are edge cases that we're trying to make sure that we solve for as well.
right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, from the math teacher, it's hard to get to the 95%. It'd be a lot
Yeah,
easier to get to 90. Yeah, I agree. Okay.
indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. Um, So th there are a number of things. Steve, you mentioned deflections. Deflections and blocks are one of the hardest things for computer vision to understand.
Okay.
The trajectory of the ball, sometimes depending on the angle, it may not be visible. But that ball tracking is something that we're working on, and we do expect to get that in there over time.
Well, yeah. Yeah. That is deflections are even hard when you're watching, like I'm 6 feet away.
Mhm.
It's hard to know if
Yep.
a hand hits. I mean, think of the number of instant replays you see on
Mhm.
I think deflections are probably would be the hardest thing for me to track when I'm keeping stats.
Mhm. Yep.
Just as a human, it's like, oh my, blocks I can kind of do, but deflections are like, yeah. And we try to track that. That's a stat we try to do just because we're trying to get hands on balls. But
Mhm.
um, yeah, I can see how
Yeah,
that
I mean, to
there's a software engineer somewhere that has less hair than me right now because trying to figure out deflections, I'm
to
guessing.
To do it really accurately, you need an RFID chip in the ball to
Yeah,
determine how is the spin changing at that precise moment in time, that millisecond, when they're
right.
made at a deflection.
Yeah. Or you need to be able to zoom in and see that there's a movement. It's like, yeah, I know. Anyway,
Mhm.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
there's a lot in that one. So we have the full. This is a season view. You have your full box score here for season to date. You can flip from total to averages on the right hand side. We're really excited about this view, this hex shot chart. Um, to orient everyone to this. It won't be very interesting after the first game. It'll be sort of interesting after 3 games, and it'll be super interesting after 5 to 10 games. The size of the hex is the volume of shots taken from that point on the court. The color is the percentage or the efficiency relative to either the team or the league. Preferably, it's the league. And so if we have a peer set, we can make it relative to that peer set. All of this is filterable by player and really nice hoverovers as well. So you can see your efficiency in the
Lighter the
paint,
color, the better the percentage.
the warmer the color. So orange would be the hottest. So shooting out here at a super high clip, the dark blue is very cold.
Okay. So hot to cold kind of thing
Yep.
almost. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I
Sorry,
see at the bottom, right at the bottom. Yep,
the
yep.
legend
Duh.
is down here.
Okay. I love that you use that too rather than circles because obviously they connect better together. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
They fit really
Yeah, that's
nicely.
the former geometry teacher likes that too. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. And easy to filter by player. So
Yes.
again, over the course of the season at volume, you can compare one player to the next.
Okay.
Um, we're thinking about maybe, and we'd love feedback. And so I'm hoping that this is an ongoing conversation with everyone
Yeah.
in terms of how they would love to see data presented. The more feedback and the more coaches that we can get saying, I want this or I want that, we can always build it.
Right.
The right-hand side is currently a more simplified heat map. Again, filterable by player. So you could select Jimmy Chitwood here and you could see his hot and cold zones within the course of the court.
Okay.